Aurora has now arrived in Belfast, but first I need to get off Aurora. I have made it off Aurora, but now I need to go and find the shuttle bus which will take me into the centre of Belfast. The shuttle bus from the cruise terminal to the city centre is approximately 15 minutes, and the shuttle bus is free. I make it to Belfast City Centre, and this is Belfast City Hall. While looking round the grounds of Belfast City Hall, I noticed these lovely statues. I then decided to go on the Belfast Tour Bus. The Belfast Tour Bus has 19 bus stops, and some of the stops include the Titanic Experience, the Belfast Peace Wall, but I decided to go to Crumlin Road Goal. This is the tunnel experience which leads underneath the prison. This is an original wooden cell door from the jail. A sliding block allowed the prison warder to shine a light into the cell while using the peephole to observe prisoners. This is a flogging rack. It was used between 1922 to 1968 to punish prisoners. There was only a few examples when this flogging rack was used between the years of 1922 and 1961. On the last occasion that it was used in 1961, 3 young men were flogged. This is the centre of the prison. This office was used by the principal officer while on duty in C Wing, who was responsible for the day-to-day running of the wing. With 10 to 20 prison officers under his command, they were required to supervise prisoners, responsible for their security and assure they behaved in a more or less orderly fashion. This bumper, which has a heavy weight inside the wooden base, was used by prisoners on the wing to clean and polish the floors as part of their daily work duties. This was the office used by the movement officer. Prisoners on the wing had to be accounted for at all times in case of a security breach or lockdown. The movement officer was responsible for logging the movement of all prisoners who had to move off the wing, be it for a visit, hospital appointment, or a court hearing. This is a holding cell that was used to securely hold any prisoners who were moving off the wing. This is called the crank. This device was used as a form of punishment. It consists of a drum and a crank handle and was either freestanding or attached to a cell wall. Prisoners were permitted to receive a parcel 3 times a week while on remand. Parcels would be left in the visitors area at the front gate where they were searched before being brought to the wing to be given out. Prisoners were called from the cells individually to collect the parcels from here. This cell was used by the prison medical officer, a doctor with responsibility for the health and welfare of prisoners. This office was used by the censor officer. All prisoners' mail coming in out of the jail was scrutinised by the censor officer. He was responsible for ensuring all prisoners' correspondence contained nothing of a sensitive nature or could pose a security risk. Prisoners locked in the cells who needed to draw the attention of prison staff on the wing could do so by pressing a bell, which would in turn trigger a buzzer beside the cell number in this panel. The jail's main kitchens in the basement were used to cook and prepare the prisoners' meals before they were delivered to the wings in metal containers called dixies. These dixies were kept warm on the hot plates in the wing kitchen until prisoners came to be served. This padded cell would have been used to house prisoners deemed to be at high risk of self-harming, committing suicide, or threat to prison staff or other prisoners. This padded cell, constructed in 1934, was originally located in B Wing of the prison. Enjoy some of the beautiful artwork that was done by prisoners that were housed at this jail. Toilets were not included in the original design. However, they were later added to the wings along with shower areas. This was to help with prisoner hygiene. This area between C and B Wing was used as an exercise yard for the prisoners. The chimney in the centre of the prison was part of the original design. However, it was not designed to heat the jail, rather as a way of ensuring ventilation throughout the site. This is the grave site of executed prisoners or prisoners that have died in the prison. All graves within the prison were unmarked. It was usually a small engraving made into the wall above the gravesite. This is the matron's house, who was a stern figure with an important job. The matron was the officer in charge of all female and child prisoners in Crumlin Road Gaol. The matron often lived on site, and the matron's house was a small area comprising of only a bedroom, a living room and a bathroom. And that is a brief tour of Crumlin Road Gaol. However, there is more to see within the jail that's not included in this video. To go to Crumlin Road Gaol, the link to the official website is in the description. This is Crumlin Road Courthouse, which is opposite Crumlin Road Gaol, and there is a tunnel from the jail that goes underneath the road directly into the courthouse. The first cases were tried at this courthouse in 1900, and it was eventually closed in 1998. After my visit to Crumlin Road Gaol, it was then back to Aurora. This is the view of the Port of Belfast from Aurora. Then it was a sail away from Belfast. I then went to the Curzon Theatre to see The New Romantics, featuring music from the likes of Pete Burns, Boy George and many more. Due to copyright, I'm unfortunately not able to show you any of the show.